imagine you're out hunting, enjoying the great outdoors. You spot your game and begin your stealthy approach. You set up a shot and pull the trigger. Bang! You're blinded and can only hear it loud ringing. Your senses start to return and you realize something is wrong. You look down at your gun and your barrel has exploded into a million pieces and spreads out like branches on a tree. Luckily, you are not harmed, but this incident could have been prevented by doing two things: cleaning your firearm correctly and caring for your firearm. Caring for your firearm includes storage, ammunition, and inspection. These things were taught to me as a young hunter and firearm owner. Reading about gun safety and learning from my father has kept this accident from happening to me. Now I'd like to share with you on how to properly clean your firearm correctly and care for it. Steps to cleaning your firearm. Step 1 is to make sure the gun is unloaded. As you can see by my example, I have removed the clip and ammunition from the gun. The barrel is pointed in a safe direction away from any bystanders, and the action is empty and there is no bullet in the chamber. This is probably the most important step in the process. This is because when people are cleaning their firearms and they do not know the gun is loaded, they accidentally shoot and it can harm people. According to a study done by the U.S. General Accounting Office, 23% of unintentional shootings could have been prevented if the person operating the gun knew the firearm was unloaded. Now for the second step. The second step is to remove the action bolt from the rifle. There's a correct way to do this, and for my firearm, it is to press this button, which allows the bolt to come freely from the weapon. I would recommend asking a gunsmith or researching your firearm if you do not know yours. To the third step. You would need to inspect the inside of the action. This is the action where the bolt goes and puts the bullet in the chamber. This is probably the most vital part to a weapon. It needs to be free from any blockage and needs to be inspected regularly. The fourth step is to wipe down the inside of the action. You need to do this with gun oil wipes, or maybe a paper towel and gun oil, and need a towel to dry. You always want to make sure your action is working mechanically because it puts the bullet into the chamber. The fifth step is to clean the barrel of the gun. This is a barrel cleaning rod. You will need to insert the rod into the end of the barrel and run it down to the action. You will then need to attach an oil cleaning wipe and pull the gun cleaning rod out of the barrel. You need to repeat this step until your cleaning pads come out white every time. The sixth step is to clean all the metal parts of the gun. On my farm, you can see that the metal parts are a stainless steel color. It's a different color from the black synthetic stock. I would wipe these down with gun oil wipes or paper towels and gun oil and remove any excess oil with a towel. The seventh step is to lubricate the action. This is to keep the bolt sliding smoothly. You do not want the bolt to jam, especially if you are hunting and spot a nice game. The eighth step is to reassemble the weapon. If you remove your scope from the weapon or have not placed the bolt back into the gun, this is the eighth and final step to cleaning your firearm. Now on to caring for a firearm. A firearm and its ammunition should be properly stored. They can be stored in areas such as a gun safe, a gun cabinet, or at least out of the reach of children. This is probably the most important step in caring for your firearm. This is because a study done by the federal government showed that unintentional shootings, 8% of them were done by children under the age of 6. So storing your firearms in a gun cabinet, gun safe, or out of the reach of children can prevent tragedies from happening such as this one. A dry location is also very good in storing a firearm because a damp area could cause a firearm to rust and the ammunition to ruin. Now on to gun inspection. The inspection of a firearm should be done every few months if it is not in use. If the firearm is in use, I would recommend inspecting it after every use to make sure that the gun is working properly. The inspection of a firearm is important because if something is wrong with the firearm, you would want to find out in an inspection and not in the field. Good ammunition should be used in a firearm. Ammunition is like groceries. They can become out of date. I wouldn't recommend drinking milk that was 6 weeks old. And ammunition is manufactured to last 10 years. After that, it should not be used. Be cautious of using reloaded ammunition, especially if you buy it from someone you don't know. Brass, powder, and the quality of the ammunition is always in question. If you decide to reload your own ammunition, be sure to use the exact recipe for your caliber and grain of bullet. As you can see, the steps for carrying and cleaning your firearm are necessary for the gun to function properly. I follow these steps and they have prevented accidents from happening to me. These steps can also keep your gun value increasing or hold the value. The gun will hold most of its value if you follow these steps because it keeps it in good condition. And if the gun is collectible, the steps can increase the value of your rifle.